Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new series, Blade Plays Go. Go is an ancient Chinese board game. It's one that I really enjoy playing, so I have set up a new account here because my original account here on this server was not called Young Blade, but I want to try to keep this consistent as much as possible across all of my videos. That also means that I'm going to be starting out technically unranked. I got to pick my approximate rank. I think I'm approximately 2Q right now. Go uses a ranking system that is actually the same as the one used by a lot of martial arts. Actually, it was the martial arts that stole the ranking system from Go, the Q-Dan system. So you see here we have some players over here that are very highly ranked. This guy is a 6 Dan. He's playing against a 5 Dan plus. IGS will add like pluses and stuff to people who are moving up. And then it goes from an amateur top rank of amateur 7 Dan down to amateur 1 Dan, and then you start going down through the Qs, and your highest Q rank is 1Q, and then you go down and down and down. On the IGS, they actually have nothing below 17Q. The people lower than 17Q are called BC. I think it stands for beginner class, but most Q ranking systems go down to 30Q, so if you just start playing Go, you are considered to be a 30Q player, and then you work your way up through the Qs and eventually get into the Dans. I am hoping to someday be rated in the Dan levels, but I don't think I'm quite there yet, so I told the system I was a 2Q player. So let's see if we can get a game with someone. I will enable challenges so people can challenge me. And then I go to home here, and I will go and find an opponent. I will say they can be up to 3 stones, weaker or stronger. Sure, that's just the default. And then by default, it uses the Canadian time system, which I'm okay with using that. I'll explain it as the game goes. It's not actually that complicated once you understand how it works. And then, yeah, let's do rated only, just because I want to get my rank as quickly as possible. So let's click OK and see if we can find an opponent. To explain, the Canadian time, the way it works is you start with 1 minute of main time, which just is flat time. You have 1 minute to make moves, and then after your 1 minute of main time is done, you then have periods of how many moves you can make. So with this one, I set it up to do 10-minute periods for each 25 moves. So after I have used up my first minute, it will then start counting, and once I've played 25 moves, the 10 minutes that I have will reset. Finding an opponent could take a while. Usually on the IGS, I do not specify that it has to be a ranked game, just because you tend to find opponents quicker. Okay, we've made it in, and I am playing as black. Yep. You too. And I will say hello. Alright, so he played here. I will... I'll play a little more territorial. I'll go with a 3/4 stone. He'll probably approach on one of these sides. Ah, okay, this is a little bit of an unconventional move. I have a few options for how I could respond to this, but since I want to go territorial, I think I'll just respond really simply and just take the corner. This also undercuts him a bit. And then we'll see what he does. He goes down here, again, preventing himself from being undercut. However, this doesn't really make a proper base. I feel like I'd like to pincer here. Could be a little bit dangerous, though, if I pincer close, because this is not exactly weak. So maybe if I pincer a little bit farther away, then if he tries any kind of a counter pincer, I can jump out. Maybe even this far. This would make a 5-space extension from my bottom stone. So yeah, I'll do that. Now, he could try to go here and make somewhat of a base, but it's not a very good base. Yeah, see. So now, I think I'll just back off a bit. I don't really want to back off low. If I back off, I want to back off high. Or maybe I could even do this. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's threatening to seal him in and also build something really big. Yeah, I'll go with that. He jumps out. Okay. Now, I do need to be a little worried. He could try to seal me in this corner up here. So I'd like to get in a move here or here. If I go here, I think I'd like to do here, because then I'm at least keeping up with him in jumping across the board. It's also threatening to build larger. And I want to, even though this is a handicap game and I'm starting with handicap stones, I don't want to play timidly. I don't want to just say, oh, well, I've got 2 stone handicap, therefore... What? Okay. um, well, let's review. So we started with 2 handicap stones, and my opponent played a perfectly normal move, and I played a normal move. This is a little bit unconventional, but it's okay. I'm more okay actually with players doing this kind of stuff in handicap games, just because since this is a handicap game, he should be assuming that I don't understand this kind of a situation as well as he does. So this could be kind of almost like a trick to see if I'll do something like play some kind of a pincer, which I actually could. I could have played a pincer here. That's a perfectly normal thing to do. I could have also backed off over here, and I chose to take the corner. I think that's okay. I don't see anything too wrong with that. And then more normal for him would be to either make some kind of a base, or since this stone is already on the 4th line, and I didn't. I'm threatening to do some kind of a pincer or something, but he doesn't need to be too worried about that. He could just come over here and approach one of my other corners. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. He chooses to come down here to make sure he's not undercut. The problem is this doesn't actually make a base. I think a better move would have been take the star point if he wanted to do something to help this group. Or actually, he could have considered jumping out already and threatening to try to surround my corner. Maybe do something like that. I don't really like coming down to the 2nd line. And then I play this. A very loose pincer. And I'm kind of asking him, okay, do you want to make a base for this group? Because if not, I can take this point later, and that's pretty severe. So he does make a base. I build on a large scale. And now his group is threatening to be surrounded, although I can't completely surround it in one move. A move like this would be really nice for me to get. So I could see why he jumps out. And then I come up here and profit by getting some territory on the top. And apparently my opponent decided that he didn't have enough time to play the game, or that this was too good for me. I actually really do like Black's position here. I don't think White did a very good job with this, but I don't know that this is resign worthy. But that's how the game went. Okay, that's fun. Let's go back to home and see if I can find another opponent. I upgraded only. Oh boy. I don't know what the rule is. On KGS, that actually might not count for my rank, because if you resign within, I think it's 40 moves, so 20 moves for each player, I don't know that it counts for ranked games. I don't know what the case is on the IGS. But we can get in another game, since that was fairly quick.